I got the juice, don't need no proof. 100 like the rum I drink that got me over you. And all your nonsense we all subject to. I found my lane and mind my business like I'm supposed to do. Let's have a toast for all the obstacles they gotta sit. I put my glass up in the air to stimulate the cheers. Not because we made it, but because we making it. I savor the moment, the bouquet forever evident. Yeah. In my realm, I watch the times go by. I got the world in my hands, but I can't tame the sky. There I try, I might lose my mind, but it'll be all good after I'm done sipping this wine.
Okay, you good? What's wrong with your shoulders? I need to get glucose too. Is that okay?
I mean, I like you too. That's,
There we go.
you're a bit aggressive with it. You ready?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure my shoulder. You see how like your shoulders are?
Yeah. I mean, we can do it however you want.
Okay.
Alright, but are you ready?
Go.
Alright, cool, man. Alright, man. Welcome to the second episode of Clueless, Vino, a show where a regular guy like me, who has absolutely no idea about wines, just drinks them and, chats it up with a couple people, man. Today we have a special guest. This is my guy, Akeem Holmes. He is a former RMC basketball player like myself. Not as good as me, but
Here we go.
But an amazing dude all around. Way better at me than that. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, man?
All right, so I'm Akeem Holmes, part of the greatest class in RMC history.
Oh boy.
Nah, my name was Akeem Holmes. Flew by myself, born and raised in New York. Went to high school here in King William, Virginia. Went to Randolph-Macon, his alma mater. So
Ours. We'll say
our alma mater. My bad.
Okay.
But yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I work here in Richmond, and this guy's been like a big brother to me. So yeah, I'm glad we're starting this, and I'm excited for your venture, man. So,
Now you said you went to school in King William. Did you go to King William itself, like the high school?
King William High School, yeah.
So in high school, that's the team that ended my high school career.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
What year was it?
King 2007.
2007?
I'm trying to remember what dude's name was. Oh,
Isaiah?
I hate that kid.
Yeah!
The thing is, we played him twice that year. The first time it's funny. I was late to the game.
Yikes.
For reasons. So I didn't play the first quarter, and he was killing. He was catching oops and jumps. This dude nice as heck.
Yeah.
And so my coach was mad at me that game. So when we found out we were playing him in the playoffs, it was like the first round, like the not states, regionals.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, bet. I got to get some get back on, brother.
Yeah.
So in the game, it's crazy. First quarter we played whatever. It was like close game. The second quarter, they just passed the ball. We used to run the zone because I'm blocking. I'm like the leader in blocks at the school.
Yeah.
So all they did was they just passed it around the thing for the first 2 minutes. I'm like, dog, we have to go, man. What the hell are you doing? Dog, we ended up losing by I want to say 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I was cooking that game. I was stealing, blocking everything. It was yeah. So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of King William at all.
So it was 2007. I had to be my freshman year. So I mean, yeah, I was probably there, probably somewhere on the bench somewhere, because Isaiah was a beast.
What did he end up doing? Where'd he go?
He was supposed to go overseas. I know he did semi-pro for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know he had an offer for UCLA, which is crazy. That wound up not happening, and I haven't really spoken to him in a bit, or because the point guard Jeff, we still follow each other. We follow each other on social media, but I haven't really talked to them that much. But yeah, he wound up, I guess, just staying around the area working and stuff. So, but no, there was a lot of talent. And
he was nice.
He was nice. He was nice.
He was catching
he
I was like, yo.
He was nice. He was nice.
He was nice.
Definitely worked hard to get out of that shadow. It took me some time to get out of that shadow.
That's the worst when you run into somebody that's was super nice, and so now you just getting compared to them the entire time. It's the worst.
Yeah, but
that's the worst.
Yeah, that school. But it was a great opportunity learning from him because he didn't really talk much. he was just good. So I had to pick up on little things that he did. Granted, we were built different.
Yeah.
But I picked up on some things, and just the school in general, like, I wasn't the fondest of it, or that county. Honestly, I'm not the fondest of them still to this day. Yeah. So I don't like to talk about it much. But aside of that, like the basketball culture we had there was pretty cool. That's what I vibe with. But when I got to Ashland, that's when I was like, all right, let me really get to work.
Yeah, it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
All right, man. You want to go ahead and let's get started with the first one?
Yeah.
All right. So, what I wanted for the Clueless Vino was I would bring something to the table, but I also wanted the guests to bring something to the table. So you actually were very eager, and you brought two. So you want to go ahead and introduce to the first one?
Yeah.
Got here.
So the first one is a German Riesling.
Okay.
This is recommended to me by a coworker who actually travels and likes to just try wine.
Okay.
And he told me, because I was like, I like to shop at Wegmans, and he was just like, well, there's a wine there that I want you to get. So it's just a German Riesling, 2018. He sent me the picture, and I picked it up. And I like Rieslings.
Yeah,
I'm normally a Red Blend guy, but I know you like Rieslings as well.
Yeah.
So this is also my first time trying it. So.
Okay, that's fire. So I'm gonna attempt to. Oh man, I'm gonna attempt to pronounce this. Maximin Grünhäuser Riesling.
Yeah. So the main name that you really wanna
is the
Kabinett. Yeah. So you want to get that name part of it.
Wow. 2018 Herrenberg Kabinett.
Yeah.
Okay.
Riesling.
Right. So I particularly don't like what you call it, talking about our work. But if you, because I know recently you did get a promotion, so
yeah.
I would congratulations on that first of all.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Like, what do you do? Like,
so
without getting into specifics, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to get well. For one, my job we do so much, but
right.
The basic part of it, I work for a company called CoStar. We do data analytics for commercial real estate professionals. And that's like the lay of the land is pretty basic there, but we research the commercial real estate market. We've also gotten into multifamily with apartments.com. Okay. So we own apartments.com, which a lot of people searching there.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of commercials for that too.
Yeah, so we own apartments.com.
The dude Parks don't like. The dude Parks don't like. The fly.
What is his name?
Oh my God, Jack Goldblum.
Yeah, so it's funny. He was at our Christmas party.
No way.
Last year or 2 years ago. Everyone was like taking pictures with him, and I was like, "Oh, that's dope that he's here." But yeah, that's when we finally announced like we're gonna start doing commercials and stuff. And
that's
there.
dope, bro.
Yeah.
But I can't bang with him because like Park's my guy. So
I got you. But I'm more part of Rory Hyde a little bit.
Facts.
Yeah, but
he has the best sleepers for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what we do. And again, like I recently got a promotion, which I'm truly blessed about getting. But I'm also very much separate like my work from my like personal life.
You are. Facts.
So I don't talk about my job as much as normally people do. I disconnect once I leave the office. So.
No, I mean I agree, bro. Like my thing is, I don't even say the name of the place that I work. For multiple reasons. One, because whenever you ever notice, like on social media, bro, whenever you like say something, like it just pops up on your feed for like the rest of like the day.
Yeah.
Like I hate that, bro. That is the worst. So like I don't want people to put. Don't even say the names of the words that could be combined to make the word. But I mean, the other reason, man, is just I don't. Oh, you just gonna drink without.
Oh, my bad.
Wow,
It was in front of me.
It's crazy. You watched the first episode, so it's like.
So I saw it. My bad. I'm not gonna say. We could cut that part out. Hey, Mark ain't here. Savon.
But yeah, I'd like to just as soon as work's over, man. I just like to just don't even think about it until like the next day.
Yeah.
It's just like it takes a lot out of you, especially if like you know if it just stresses you out sometimes. So I just don't even bring it up. Like, once we off work, it's personal time.
That's exactly how I am.
Let it be. All right, so let's see what we got here. I like the smell of it. I like that. I like that. But I like Rieslings anyway, though, man, because it's not too sweet, but it's not dry. And dry is really I think is my arch nemesis at this point.
So, and I've recognized that when I've listened to your other, reviews on wine. I was like, he's more of a semi-sweet person. So when I was talking to my boy, he was just like, this is definitely a semi-sweet.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet as Moscato, which I'm not a fan of Moscato.
I drank a whole bottle one time. So.
It's like juice. But it is a semi-sweet wine, so you're definitely going to get some notes of a little bit of sugar behind it, some honey.
Yeah.
And I think you'll like this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely some citrus notes in here as well.
Let's get to it. I like that.
There's definitely some honey notes behind it.
I like that. You know why I like this too, though? Because when it first hits your tongue, it's almost like it has like a sensation of like champagne.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like early, but then it goes away immediately.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
But you know what though? Trent sent me a wine once that was similar to a Riesling. I think it was a Riesling. And it was a German one too. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yep.
But it's something about these that is just fire. I like this. I really like this.
Yeah. So, which is dope because he told me, because I was like, there's some wines that I like sparkling a little bit when it comes to my wines.
For sure.
So I literally gave him all these notes, and he was just like, I know the exact one you need to get. It's far left corner of Wegmans. He said, you get there, you'll see it. And I went. And yeah, so this is definitely good. I'm glad
That's crazy. He's like a pirate when it comes to wines. That's weird.
Exactly.
X marks the spot right here, bro.
Well, I'm glad he did that because I don't know if you've been into Wegmans, but they're not paying us, so I'm not gonna keep giving them ads. But the Wegmans.
But if they want to, they definitely can do
that. But Wegmans has a huge wine section, like with different countries. It's almost like being in another part of the store. So I'm looking up like, oh, this is, France, Germany. So he told me he was in the German section, so I had to walk all the way at the end, and I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. So from now on, I'm going there to get my wines because it's not just going to Kroger. They not tell me where the country's at.
I've heard so many good things about Wegmans, man.
That's where I got my produce from.
That's what I'm saying. I've heard so much good things, and it's like I want to try it. It's one of those things where I keep saying I want to try it, and I just never get around to it.
Yeah, it's slept on for sure.
Yeah.
But you would think that when you hear Wegmans is so clean and stuff, you're like, oh, it's definitely expensive, but it's not that.
It's like Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's not expensive. The produce is great. I went to Kroger last time, brought spinach, and there was a caterpillar in my spinach. So that ended that journey for me. I'm done with Kroger. Oh, for produce anyway. I'll still go there. I'll still go there for like.
Yeah, for your essentials.
Yeah.
They kind of mess up the produce game for you.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
No more. I'm not eating. I was literally eating my salad, and I picked up my fork.
Oh, is that
a caterpillar?
That's like one of my biggest fears, bro. It's just like running into like something that's not supposed to be my food. Like, I feel like it's never happened to me, or one that I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're cooking, like, a piece of my junk fall in the head, like, god dang. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to go out to a restaurant and just like something's in there because I don't know how I'm gonna react personally.
Yeah.
I might get ethnic, and I don't want to get ethnic in like a restaurant. I prefer not to.
I get very frustrated internally, right?
But that's the other thing. I don't want to stew on it either. Like, hey, how was the meal?
I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I get
like it's something if I'm out with everybody else, and like everyone's like, oh, it's delicious.
My voice go 2 octaves. Now, I was just recently on a trip in Florida, and very COVID safe, by the way. But recently on a trip to Florida, and everybody else had bomb food. This is a tiny spot. Everybody else is eating. I'm like, the more I'm eating it, the more I don't like it.
Yeah.
And my food came back cold. There's just like hot. You can see the steam. Like, come on. So this is the first time ever. Normally, I'm very much the guy. I used to work in the service industry, so I'm very much the guy that's like, I can't believe I'm not gonna blame it on a person.
Right.
So, but they asked me, and not the server, but my friends that was with me, was like, how did you like your food? And I was like, it was nasty. I just straight up said it. And I normally don't say that. I'm like, it was nasty. I didn't like it. It was cold. Like, never going back here. When we come back to Florida, we're not coming back to the restaurant.
Right.
But everyone else is like, oh, this is great. Like, I love it. I'm like,
and
I didn't want to be that guy.
I'm gonna tell you right there, they gonna dish you. They like, hey man, we going to this restaurant. I don't know what you doing.
Hey, look, y'all can take Publix stuff. It's good down there. So there's a Publix right next to it. Publix is fire. So I was like, outside from what we'll talk about it later, but they have one of their heiresses who just donated to that guy.
Oh yeah, we're not saying.
Yeah, no. You ain't getting a free plug here.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
exactly, but that exactly like that. I'm normally very calm in a restaurant.
I got you. Yeah, it's weird because like I'm like it's crazy because people know me. I can get animated, but like I'm the calm one for them. Okay, relax. I'm the calm one when it comes like in my family. Cause one time my family, I wasn't there. So my family, it was like my uncles and my parents and like a couple of my other family members. They went to Friendlies. Remember Friendlies?
I remember Friendlies. Yeah.
They went to Friendlies, and they got kicked out of Friendlies. Do you know how?
How do you get kicked out of Friendlies?
The name is Friendlies. Do you know how wild you gotta be to get kicked out of a Friendlies? And to this day, I really I don't know the full story. They tell me, I'm like, I mean, I get it, I understand it, like, but they must have really upset y'all. But we can get wild, man. Shout out to Cheddar's. Cheddar's one time took forever to sit us, and that didn't end well. The food was bad, and I mean, we went back again, and they redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom is the queen of writing a letter, email.
I'm gonna write a letter.
She will let it rip.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely the calm one in my family too. But when we go to restaurants, all of us for the most part very much like, if we don't like the food, my sisters are sitting just in the back, like in the most polite way, like, I'm so sorry, but like this is just not it.
Yeah.
Right? And again, where we're from, like, we don't talk like that, right?
Right, yeah.
But my sister gets very, I'm sorry, but this is not gonna work out, and she just sends it back, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely the calm one in my family. I'm the one that takes all of the hits. Like if something is going on, I'm like, all right, everybody calm down, like relax.
Yeah.
Where my siblings are fire and literally my sisters are fire and brimstone. I also have two brothers as well, who are we're all the guys are very calm in our family. But siblings, no. So when we get stuff, when I feel like there's heat coming, we're at the restaurant, at a store, if something happens where like it's definitely disrespectful, I'm like,
you gotta take.
I look at my sisters like,
You gotta see what type of energy.
Yeah, like, what's going on?
It's like, you know what? Don't worry, I'll take care.
Yeah, we're good. No, this is good.
Yeah, this is something I would put on my, I would grab list. You know what I'm saying? Because this is really good.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not even as chilled right now, and I'm still enjoying it. Because normally I like my white wine chilled. Yeah, but this one is not even as chilled, which is...
It's still good.
Really
and that's a good sign.
Which lets me know that when it does get chilled...
It might even be better than
what
this is right now. That's what I'm saying.
This may be a bottle to the face type of...
That's whatever it is, man. When it comes in this little slim bottle, that's how I know it's about to be alright.
Yeah, now this is good. This...
Yeah, I'm a fan, man.
Thank you. I would say your name, but I don't think we signed off for that. But thank you. You know who you are.
Shout out to you.
So you wanted to touch on something. I'd ask you to, and we can just hop right into it, bro.
Hop right into it?
Yeah, I mean, because it's an important topic.
It is an important topic.
Because, the last few years have been kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes with caveats in a way.
Okay, so before we get to that, let me go ahead and go to the positive first, because this is definitely going to change. This conversation will change a little bit when we talk about the topic.
Okay, sure.
But first, I wanted to plug something else I'm doing. You probably can see my shirt.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I wanted you to plug that because I think it's important.
Yeah. So the Assist Project is a nonprofit that a few of the brothers are getting along, and hopefully you will join us soon. But it's a nonprofit. We like to service young and school-age youth around the communities, just giving them a better chance at success, a better line and a better path to success, because we've all been there.
Yeah.
This is Jamie Robinson, I can say his name.
Sure.
He's definitely the guy that started this.
Your brother.
And and he hit me up, and it was great that he brought this up, because I was wondering how I can give back to my community, because I do volunteer for higher achievement.
Yep.
And where I grew up, we don't really have these paths and these people that really look out for us for real.
Mm.
So I was definitely wanting to, join this, and it's definitely near dear to my heart. But this is the Assist Project. Is our shirt here. We're going to start, putting out merch and things like that. You could definitely donate. Website is almost finished. So with all that being said,
Make sure to follow on social media.
Make sure you follow me on social media at The Assist Project. We're also on Twitter at T_A_P Inc. So Tap In, which was Jamie's idea, which, kind of tied into,
Yeah.
the little kids are doing now. Yeah.
That's how y'all get them.
Yeah, that's how we get into
That's how you get it.
But definitely follow us on our social medias. And once this is up, I'm going to give Stick the link, because I don't have the Instagram really by heart. But I'm going to give Stick the link, and maybe he can plug it in somewhere. But definitely follow us. We're definitely going to be doing things big. Definitely going to have some events once this whole COVID thing starts to slow down, which will be for a while. But yeah, so that's the Assist project, and I'm on the board. I'm on the marketing and director side of things, because of course that's what I've been doing.
That's what you do.
Since I graduated. So, but we have, Joe Hassell was on the board as well. Chantel, who is the beautiful wife of Jamie. We have his brother-in-law Drew. Trent, who's our financial board member. So we have a pretty strong group.
Good people for sure.
For sure.
I know most of those guys. I'm not familiar with Drew. I've
Drew,
obviously, but if he's associated with Jamie, and gotta be a great guy.
Gotta be a great guy. Yeah. So the Assist project. But now, let's get into the topic, because I think when we were going to Macon's, this is where this topic kind of brewed from.
It's not really that. This is a topic that it's
Universal.
Universal. No matter where you are, you'll run into it, because not everyone is alike. So
even your family is the same.
That's what I'm saying. And just segue into it, and we'll get it going.
So the topic, and I want to make sure I word it correctly.
You know what? Should I open up the next bottle first?
Let's open up the next bottle first. Let's go with the next bottle first.
Before we hop in crazy. So this is your second one that you chose.
It is.
Sonoma Vineyards. I think we had a Sonoma last time, actually.
Okay.
It was rough. But it got better after the first glass, but it was rough. Sonoma Vineyards. This is a red wine blend.
Yep.
2015 Sonoma County. You had described this as bold.
This is a bold wine.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. That doesn't make me, excited.
It was nervous. I was nervous when I was in the checkout line, because I was like, do I really want to spend money on this if I know he's not gonna like? But I want you to try it at least.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Like I said, I will try almost anything,
And I love red blends. Now this particular red blend I have not tried, but again, I did ask the guy in the store, who's I guess is a wine kind of whatever their names are, wine connoisseur. He told me that if I like red blends, he think I'll like this one as well. This is normally for me on chill nights. Red blends. Okay. Where I'm just chilling, just watching TV at home. But I guess we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're gonna.
But traditionally, I love red blends. So. Oh, you rich. You got the nice little.
This was a Christmas gift.
Nice.
Yeah. Give shout out to Curtis one more time.
Quick question.
Yep.
Does it go in? Does not pull out?
Pause. And.
Yeah.
So the screw thing screws down, and then you pull it out, and then you're supposed to be able to just do that, and it falls out, but
it doesn't work.
I don't think I'm doing it right. I don't think I'm doing it right.
I got you.
I haven't had to use it often because I've been waiting for this to do all the, you know what I'm saying? So I just unscrew it and whatever.
Gotcha.
So
see how this goes.
Yeah, I am.
I'm
not gonna lie. Oh, that looks like blood. I am nervous. I am nervous. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm not. But like I said, man, this is what Clueless Vino is about, man. Just trying new wines and hoping for the best. I just unscrew it because it just makes it easier for me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Send you back. All right, let's take a sniff of this.
This is bold. I told you.
Oh man.
Bourbon barrel. I'm excited for this one actually.
Now, you said bourbon barrel?
This is the bourbon barrel.
Okay, so explain to me what that means. This is made in a bourbon barrel?
Yeah, so I'm new to this too, right?
Okay.
So I don't want to say anything and be wrong.
I mean, hopefully when people start following this, they'll just be like, this guy is wrong.
Yeah, of course. So realize I personally, I don't want to speak for him, but I'm
Right.
an amateur when it comes to this.
Right.
I just know when I see bourbon barreled wines,
Mm-hmm.
right, with red blends,
Yeah.
I tend to like them more.
Okay.
When I read them on the label, there's more of, and this is not when I say this next part has nothing to do with the bourbon barrel. But
Okay.
when I see like red blends, I know they have more like a hint of like a dark chocolate type of flavor.
Sure. Yep.
Very woodsy, if I could explain it that way.
Woods, yeah. Yeah.
So when he told me and broke it down, I was like, okay. He's like, it's a bourbon barrel. I was like, well, normally with the wines I get, bourbon barreled wines. Tongue twister. I like.
Okay.
That's why I bought it. I'm not going to spend my money on something I don't know about.
Right.
I'm going to go straight for it.
You can kind of get the bourbon smell too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that actually makes sense to me now.
Mm-hmm.
Good legs. Look
Mhm.
at that. All right, man. Oh, Jesus.
It's actually.
I don't know.
So when you first put it on the tongue, again, ale.
Just mark that. Yeah.
when it first hits your mouth,
Yeah.
it gives you more of a lighter note. But then once you like, once it really settles on your tongue, it's definitely way bolder. The aftertaste definitely it hits you.
I don't even want to say this, but like when you first take the sip, it's almost like bland. Like there was no flavor at first.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
with
then
you.
like as soon as and then it's like, oh, okay, that's the flavor.
There it goes. Yeah,
I'm
and that's
wondering-
exactly. It's really not. And again, for everyone out there, this is my first time trying it as well. Initially, I was going to bring the red blend I like and the Riesling that I like, but I wanted to go, especially for stick, I wanted to make sure I do something different as well. I've never tried this one before, but it's actually not.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. I was expecting it to be how he was explaining it. So I was expecting it to be a little more like full force,
Like-
hit from the moment.
Like a minute, like a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's not. It just takes the time to settle on your tongue.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just it's surprising, I guess.
It's surprising. Now, I just took a bigger sip. I don't know if I could.
This is a one glass thing.
Yeah. I don't think if I could drink this like throughout the night, right? Unless I had a really, really, really rough night, and sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But normally I go
Like
for
that-
actual bourbon
Right. Right. Like
or tequila.
this is
I-
this is if you want. It's like you're a normal bourbon drinker,
Yeah.
but you're not trying to do that tonight.
Yeah.
Let me get one glass. Of
I'll
this,
get one glass of this.
and we're cool.
Yeah. Normally when I'm having a really rough night, I'm going straight for the bourbon bottle.
Yeah. Like I'm just like wine.
Wine, got it away. Yeah. Exactly. So this isn't bad. I don't know if. And again, thank you to the guy in the store that suggested this, but I don't know if I could do this in once, like a lot. Like normally I like to go when I'm open a bottle of wine.
You trying to
I'm gonna finish the bottle.
one night.
I'm trying to finish
One,
it. Yeah, exactly.
for sure.
I don't know if I'll be able to finish this bottle.
Yeah, this might be like a half bottle type thing.
Exactly. This is definitely more.
I feel like this will put you on your ass too. Like,
Yeah.
like if you're not careful.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that.
And you might wake up with a headache.
It got legs like Make the Stallion though.
Really good legs
which
on it.
is pretty dope.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's not nasty. Right. I
Right.
definitely had wines that were just like, right.
Yeah.
But this isn't bad.
It's not like I said. Like you said, I've had reds where it's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna finish this bottle. I am, but I don't know how I'm gonna finish this bottle.
When I finish, I'm like,
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna finish it. Don't you worry. But this, I can see myself finishing. It just would be like, maybe even like, just, how you say red wine's good for you, for your heart or whatever. I would have like, let's have this red wine for the night. Boom. This is like my vitamin for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would do that, but it would just be over a count. It wouldn't be like 2-3 glasses for the night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, and and again, it's just not bad. It's just I don't know if I can. I don't know if it's because we started with the German Riesling, because that shit was good. That was really good.
No, that was really good. And you know what else I've thought about as I've been doing this? As if I'm gonna do it this way from now on, is I need like a cleanser, like a.
That's what I thought the water was for.
I thought it was just for like hydration.
Who hydrates anymore?
It's,
I'm just gonna hydrate, kids.
Right. It's 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday.
And what does that mean?
And we're drinking wine.
After the year we had, and in part 2, the year we're about to be having?
I feel you.
What?
I understand. You're right. But I'm just
It's a normal Saturday for Akeem Holmes.
Right, on a normal day, it's just like, normal day is like 2:00 in the afternoon. It's like, I feel like if you're tasting wine, I feel like something probably should go in between. But I don't know. Like, like when you taste food, like they make you do like, is it
A palate cleanser?
Is it banana? I forgot what they
know.
use or whatever, but it's like something you like eat and then like it cleanses whatever you had before. But I don't know. I'm not an expert. All right, but let's. But
I'm not gonna let this sit in my cup. I'm definitely gonna finish this one.
Yeah, I might even have an extra glass because I usually do like 2, just for kicks.
This is good.
But it's actually one of the better reds I've had for sure.
Yeah, like it's definitely not nasty.
For sure. And I think that bourbon stuff that you was talking, the bourbon barrel, I think that might help me pick out from now on.
Yeah.
Just because I think I like the way that tastes, I guess.
This is good. It's when I say it's good, you guys, I don't mean good as in I could drink a lot of it. Good as in I'll take a glass and won't be making a nasty face.
It's a good glass.
It's a good glass.
It's a good glass. Just I wouldn't overdo it.
Yes, this is a Sonoma Vineyards 2015 red wine blend. So it's not bad.
Yeah, I'll be posting the pictures at some point. All right, but we can definitely get into the conversation now. All right.
Topic.
Go ahead.
Should we refill the glasses first?
We can.
Definitely sip and talk.
You go ahead. And start it off and start talking, and I'll fill out glasses.
All right. So this is funny how this came about because I had a conversation with my family actually, because we have someone in my family that is, in regards to being up with the times, it's just not. The older people how they get.
Okay. They're stuck in the ways.
They're stuck in the ways. Same thing, and I was like, well, it's funny because I think about the current associates that I've had, right?
Sure.
Not people I consider friends, associates. We can talk about that at a different time.
There's levels.
There's levels of friendships. Yes, exactly. So, anyways, the topic was being friends or being in a relationship with people that have different views than what you have, right? And of course, there are exceptions to the rule. There's definitely different views that you're like, all right, this is weighed heavy and this isn't. When I brought the topic to you, and I was thinking about it, I was leaning more towards like the heavier views, like things that you value as a human, right? Whether that be equality, which everyone should value.
Do you know how insane it is to think that equality is an issue that should be debated on?
Yeah.
Think about that. That's a stupid debate to have. People should just be treated equally.
Right. You would think that, but
yeah.
It's always a new way of figuring out ways to oppress minorities, and
sure. Yep.
With the last 4 years of the presidency, I do want to say, I don't want to bring his name up, but it definitely opened my eyes up to a lot of friendships, associates, relationships. Relationships. They open my eyes because you start to think about like, what do you value for yourself as a human? So Akeem, like, what do you value, right?
Yep.
And when after these 4 years, you're like, this is what you stand for, but are you giving like leeways to people that you just happen to be close to, whether in college or who you grew up with? I got to a point where, can I curse on this? I got to a point where I said F that, right? And I have a pretty strong circle around me, so if I had to lose people in my life for them not aligning with my values, again, we're not going to all agree.
Right. That's impossible.
It's impossible for all of us to agree on certain things. And yes, be open to new worlds and have conversations, and I am all for that. I really am. There's just certain things that, again, like I said, it's topic specific, but there's certain things that I can't get by.
Right. You won't budge on.
That I won't budge on. And I invite new ideals in my life because we're growing. It's 2021. You want to it expands your knowledge as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But things that I value, I don't want to keep making a pass with certain people that have been in my life or that I had a relationship with.
Right.
Um,
And I think naturally, as we grow older, if we're doing things correctly, the people around us will have very similar values to us.
yeah.
There might be some tweaks, there might be some disparities here and there,
Mhm.
but for the most part, they're gonna be similar to what you have as a person. But there will be people who, whether it be you grew up with them in high school, whether you grew up with them, or you went to college with them, or
Mhm.
you worked with them, and you just you got close to them, or whatever. You're going to run into people who just have different values or morals
Mm-hmm.
than you. And my thing is, you can have different opinions on topics.
Mm-hmm.
You can have different opinions on how things should be done. You can have different opinions on a lot of different things. But when things turn to morality
Mm-hmm.
and things that are just it's right and wrong.
Wrong, exactly.
I don't play with those.
Yeah, and then my thing is like, where is the line for you as a human? Like, where is that line where, like, right and wrong? Like, everything now is just so political, right? But let's just take politics out of it for right now and just this thing about just human interaction in general. Like, what do you value, right? I'm not going to be, and this is going to be a statement that's probably going to annoy some people, but I'm not going to be a little token black friend, right?
Sure.
The one that says, well, I have a black friend, this is why it's fine. Like, I'm not racist, or I'm not that,
You get rid of those people.
You get rid of those people, right? I had a hard time, and I can admit this, I had a hard time getting rid of those people because when I was with them, it was so much like, oh my God, this is great. And you realize there are issues that apply to me when I leave the room with them, when I leave that frat, when I leave that house or that party. There are issues that I really have to face that they're not facing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's empathy, right? No one's asking you to be, oh, I get what you're saying, like, and be in my shoes. No, just empathize with what my reality is.
Right.
Because it's not that hard. You can just Google.
Right. We're not. A lot of times we're not asking people to put themselves in the shoes. We're asking you to, because you'll never be able to do that.
Exactly.
Like, that's impossible
Mhm.
for a lot of people.
Yep.
For reasons that have been spoken about consistently.
Yeah.
But what we're asking is I'm presenting you with this problem.
Mhm.
A lot of people are presenting you with this problem. And this is all these people can't be lying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these people can't be lying.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not asking you to put yourself in my shoes. I'm asking you to just understand that this is what I go through,
Mm-hmm.
and then what can we do, or what can you do to take steps in ensuring that I don't feel that way,
Yeah.
or close that gap.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether people believe it or not, racism isn't going away.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or and some of these other issues, they're not going away because
Yeah.
people are just set in their ways, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can outnumber those people,
Mm-hmm.
those people's voices become smaller.
Exactly.
So I think for me, I got to the point where it's like, if you don't show decent morality, then I can't associate myself with you. Because even if we had like similar friends and we just end up in the same spot,
Yeah.
I might say hello,
Uh-huh.
but that's probably as far as it's going at this point.
Yeah.
Because like you've already shown me that like if I on this side of the fence, then you just like you dismissing it. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that over the last few years have just taught me like I can't do that. You know?
So it took me recently having to get to that point because I was always nervous about being the guy that's like always pointing out when something is like racist, or always angry, like, and but everyone's like, everyone, let's just be friends and be peaceful. It took me a while to get to that point, because yeah, like, let's all be peaceful, but like there's no peace with me when I step out and like when I go outside, right? When I see a police car, or if I'm in a situation where I feel kind of outnumbered, right? There's no peace within me.
Right.
But I'm always told to be peaceful, right? Because we're so bold, we're bold, like that's what they think, that's what comes across, you know.
Right.
So it took me a while.
It's contradictory, honestly.
Exactly, and it's like it's hard. It was hard for me because I've gained so many associates, People that I considered friends at one point, but I've gained associates where I'm like, I'll just let them pass. Like, they're not speaking up on this issue,
Right.
while they're speaking up on these, these blue issues, right? But they're not really speaking up on the issues that I'm dealing with. But it's fine, right? Because they're nice to me. And it took me a while to finally like wake up and be like, no. For one, you have a group of people that you truly care about, that you talk to every day. That even if you don't talk to them every day, that when you see them, it's like love.
Like no time went in between.
Exactly. So why am I trying to force or make exceptions for a friendship that is really not valuing anything for me other than being when we're in the same vicinity, we're fine, right? So now I'm at a point where I'm like, F it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind cutting off people that I will have a conversation with you if we disagree. When it comes to morals and right and wrong, again, what you consider right and wrong and what I consider right and wrong may be two different things.
Right.
Totally fine. But I don't need you in my circle, right? While I'm open to conversation, if you, it can only go so far. Like, as many conversations I don't know how many conversations we can have at this point. You know?
Right. And I think the bigger thing too is that, and I just want to make this kind of clear. First of all, my thought has always been like, if you're talking, there's a few things you don't talk about. Because that leads to this exact thing. Religion you don't talk about. Politics you don't talk about.
Exactly.
There's another one, I can't remember what it is. But
I feel like
I forgot what it was. But it's another one, I can't remember. But those two things is like, and I don't want to get it twisted where, yes, if you lie on one or two different sides of those groups, which we need to just end those groups and just pick and choose whichever thing you believe in. It's stupid. That team identity thing makes people just choose people based off them, and it's stupid. We have to get rid of that. But I don't want to make it seem like if you vote this way or you like always on this thing, as that you're a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person.
That does not make you a bad person.
What we had the last 4 years was different. That wasn't that group.
Exactly. That's so different.
He doesn't represent what we normally represent.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to bring this topic up, because it's on the flip side of that, because it's also something good that comes out of this topic. Because I have so many associates that 100%, 90% of the time vote that way, right? On the opposite side of the fence of me, which is totally fine. Where the line got drawn was these last 4 years. Because this is different. Because now you're tying this person's name to what your voting side is, right? Granted, there's dirtiness on both sides. Let me make that clear.
I mean, that's
but
the government is the government. Bro.
Exactly. But this is like you said.
We saw that with the stock thing that just happened.
Exactly. Exactly. So like even before when we had my boy in there for 8 years and who he was running up against, it still wasn't no animosity for the people that voted the opposite side.
No,
right?
No, not at all.
This is so different.
This was different. This was different. The combination of just the stuff that he was saying and the fact that he had no history of being in this field really threw me off. I'm like, dog,
if this is anybody else,
it's weird, bro. So it's just like, and now whenever, and it's gonna happen again, unfortunately, that someone who has not had any success in that field will again get this office, and it might happen on the opposite house.
It will,
and then they'll be like, "Why did this?" You know what I'm saying? It's contradictory. It's hypocrisy. But I just want to make it clear is I didn't want anybody who doesn't have any experience. I just want to make it clear. I don't care who gets voted in. I don't want anybody who has no experience in that. It's the most powerful position in the world.
In the world.
And y'all just let some random dude who has no experience just hop in there. It's insane. It was always insane to me.
And and it got even more crazy because now I want to say the last I want to say 3 years, I was very much open to those people that I know kind of supported him. I was just like, whatever, When I see them, they're great to me. They're nice people. Whatever.
That's this last year.
This past year, I have deleted and removed so many people, not just on my social media, but out of my life in general. And you get the random messages like, "Oh, I haven't talked to you in a while. Like, how are you doing?" You know how I'm doing. Like, you know how I'm doing. There's a reason why, and people are like, "Oh, why do you cut people off?" Like, it's for your own peace, right? It's for your own mental peace. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you about
Right.
something that affects me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it literally affects me. And even if it doesn't affect me personally,
Yeah.
it still should be something as integrity and morals that you're just like, all right, like I'm like, you know what I'm saying, speak up for this. I'm gonna stay out of this one. Like it's the last year I've delete, block, block, delete, block, and these are people I've normally spoken to.
and there are people, man, who I know who old boy
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but they like, yeah, this dude is insane, and they would
Yeah.
say had never, and that it doesn't do
I'm all for
much
change.
for me, but it's
Mhm.
like I like that you acknowledge that this was a
Steps.
huge mistake.
Especially with them, like there's them, you know who them are. Like there's steps that you have to take, and I like that step. The step of I did it wrongly the first time. Now I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Right.
Everyone has with your exes, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
That's just in life. Like, damn, why did I do that? Like, I get that.
even though your boys was like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah, they was just giving you like the eyes.
Like,
Oh,
you know,
man, so-
maybe not. Nah, this is the one.
Ah,
one.
we have so many of those stories in our group.
The one.
It's like,
Like,
and after it's over, you're like, I mean,
you don't even want to say I told you so.
You just give them the look like,
I'd be like,
uh-huh.
you know what the deal is, man. But I do appreciate having this conversation, though, man, because my thing is I want people around me that not necessarily have the same views as me.
Yeah, it's never.
I just want people around me to have the same morality as me.
Hey,
That's
exactly.
what's important.
Just be good.
Dude, I like debating people all the time.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But like some things, that's not.
Some things shouldn't be
we're not
debatable.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We're not
equality,
debatable.
human rights, like that stuff to me personally shouldn't be debatable. I know there's certain things about human rights that it is debatable because you had religion that gets tied into it.
Sure.
But
Sure.
that was where I also brought it because I differ from, I want to say a few, and this is me being candid.
Mhm.
A lot of people in my family, when it comes to certain, I guess, human rights, like we definitely differ.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, but now in my life, it's not, it's just okay for me anymore, right?
Right.
I call them out when I can. And I call them out when everyone makes mistakes, right? But I'm not going to keep calling you out. And my question to you is, how do you feel? Because your family's your family. You know, your family's sacred. But I may be on the opposite end on you when I say that when it comes to this question. But how do you feel about distancing yourself from family members? Like when it just in general, how do you feel about distancing yourself from family members? Not even just about the topic, but
I mean, listen, man, it's hard because, you know, depending on who the family member is, you could have been raised by that person, right? You could have been really close with that person. So it's something that's tough to think about doing. However, you also got to think about your own like peace, because like, what if the thing that y'all are differing on directly affects you? You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're putting yourself in a mental cage because you keep going to this person, you're having to deal with this person, when reality is you can distance yourself from that person. It may hurt for a while, it may be tough to do, but for the sake of yourself, you should do that, you know?
Yeah, so we agree. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure that I had this conversation with
I cut people off.
Okay, yeah, see. All right, cool, because I had a conversation with...
You gotta understand, I cut anybody off. If Jesus was wild, I'm like,
wait!
You know, the tension was getting too thick. I had to cut it.
I'm glad you said that.
The tension was deep. I had to cut that. You were getting a little deep into the thing. I had to cut it.
I was going to say, like, I'm all about personal peace and personal sanity and happiness as well. And if at any point your family member is just not feeding that for you, I agree with distancing yourself. Like, I can't, there's certain human rights and morality things that I personally believe in that I think are non-negotiables.
Yeah.
I'm not negotiating with my older person at the cookout.
Right.
I'm just going to curse you out. And I do have respect for you, but I'm older now, and you catch this fade too. So, make sure that's very clear. But violence is not the answer. But I'm just saying.
Sometimes it is.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, don't. At the end of the day, man, listen.
do what's best for you and your happiness.
Exactly.
Put your mental first.
I mean, there are some things where there are some times where you just have to be selfish.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be selfish
Yep.
for you, necessarily maybe for your family.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah.
For the betterment of everyone involved,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, because, you know, you keep pressing, you might get pressed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's best if you just leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know?
There and then that also ties in, just like with the whole talk about like mental health in general.
Mhm.
That ties in there because like sometimes we do things for the sake of our family and wanting to make them happy.
Mhm.
I have a close friend, I'm not gonna name, who was actually dealing with that recently,
Mhm.
where she felt a certain way about someone that she cared about, but her family didn't, right?
Gotcha.
And it's like one of those things where, all right, that makes sense, but like you have to, like, I don't understand family so big, but at this point, like, we have to realize that some of our family members grew up at a different time period than us.
Sure.
You got to start putting your own mental health, your own personal happiness above that, because if you keep trying to prove them right, or like just make them love you, or make them like, if they love you, but I'm saying like prove something to them, like you're gonna start leaving yourself behind. And even personally for me, I would do that.
Some people suffer from people pleasing.
Yeah.
Where they feel like they have, or rather than making themselves happy, they tend to focus on making other people happy,
Mhm.
and that scars them.
It scars them.
Life. And so,
And it again, like I had my own issues with mental health,
Mhm.
and it got bad, right? But it's a lot of my mental health stuff really was starting to stem from things that are going on, like personal life and like family. So it's just like you. Eventually, I was again, F it, right? That's like only my
that's your tagline. Yeah.
F it, right? You got to start putting once it starts getting to a point where it's physically taking effect on you, you gotta put yourself like, you gotta put your mental health first, and you gotta put yourself first. Like, I love you, family members, but y'all tripping, and I'm not putting myself through this again. Heck no. That's what meditation and sage is for, and that's what I'm big on right now.
Good for you, man.
Big on that.
Oh, do you listen to that Janae Aiko song?
Which one?
Remember the thing she did? She put that out. It was like, calm down. She was like, it was a meditation song. She put
Oh,
out.
I did it. Maybe I didn't
nice.
listen to see. Jay Eagle's voice in general is a calming tool.
I would listen to that every day.
I would.
Every day. If I
There
could.
you go, man.
Shout
Here's
out.
another person's voice. See, I don't know. I could say. I mean, I'm a lot older than her. You heard Halle Bailey from Chloe and Halle? I don't know if you've heard.
Oh yeah, she the Chloe girl broke the internet recently, right?
She just broke it again today before I walked into the
What she
room.
do this time?
Walk-
She did the silhouette challenge.
No, she needs to. She.
You see how excited I got? She did the silhouette challenge.
No, she didn't do it, but not objectifying woman here. But she did something where she walked into her room that she just posted it, and she lit a sage candle, and she's in undergarments, and it was like a regular post, but it's like you could tell like the newfound freedom is like great for her.
She like, listen,
Uh-huh.
I know what y'all thought I was on.
Uh-huh.
That's over with.
Exactly. She ain't got no Disney contract.
I was about to say that. Like, it's like when the Disney girls start wilding when they first get out the contract, they be wilding.
Yo, so one of our good friends, Sharon, who I talk to her about this all the time. Like we like a lot of the same things. She we call her Sharon, but she
That's her alter ego.
alter ego, yeah. But she we were just talking about it because we was like she's now Chloe from Chloe and Halle. She's now like has like. She's probably already had this in her, but she's blossoming to like doing stuff like this.
She's like a grown woman.
Exactly.
She was already grown. And
already grown, yeah,
that was
she's
a
older.
weird thing too. People were getting really upset, like, I don't like how everybody's making her. I was like, dog, she's 22.
She's 22 years old.
Yeah, she's 22 at this
She's
point.
a grown woman.
She's
So
a grown woman.
It's like for the post that she did today. I watched it. She
I watched it.
I thoroughly enjoyed the post that she did today, and I was like, wow, like you could tell like with this her newfound Instagram, like now that she has it, you know, separated.
Mm-hmm. She's feeling herself.
She's
She's
feeling
able to
herself.
express herself.
Because this post was random. Like there was no like, oh, you know, this is a challenge or this is this. No.
This is for me.
This is like, oh, I just want to walk into my room.
I'm feeling myself.
Light a stage candle
Yeah.
and some lace undergarments.
Yeah, I'm feeling myself. And she should, man. Like she shouldn't feel
Of course.
she shouldn't feel pressured by men that that would be creepers. And let's be honest, there are gonna be creepers.
Men are gross.
Yeah, men are terrible. But at the same time, if she shouldn't feel pressured by women who saying you shouldn't be revealing yourself, like listen, let her do what she does.
Do what the hell you want to do with your body. Like
let her do what she does.
If she want to walk on Instagram, crawl on her bed, let her do her
Let her
thing.
do her thing.
None of your damn
You can't,
business.
y'all so busy trying to police
Control
people.
everybody else. Exactly.
Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself.
Your kids in the kitchen ask for some goldfish. Relax, man.
Exactly.
So our third and final wine today is from my wine spot, or actually my wine chest. Is Luis Vieira. Linty? I'm assuming. I can't. Montaria Red Blend.
Okay.
There's a paw on it like Eve's.
Yeah.
It's from Portugal. Shout out to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Remind me of the Medea movie where she was explaining Eve's story when she got attacked here. You probably watched that Tyler Perry.
I do not.
Yeah. Tyler Perry?
I'm glad that he is built a studio
An
that has
empire.
one in his own name.
Mm-hmm.
He is horrible. His writing is horrible. His movies are horrible.
It was good when he first started putting them out, but now it's the same like storyline. I don't know if anybody's watching those BET.
Those BET exclusives.
BET.
That's what they are. They're BET exclusives.
They are, and I don't know. I mean, it's Tyler Perry. I just applaud his work ethic, but his movies aren't for me. How about that?
There we go. They're not for me.
This one tastes way more fruity than the red blend that we just had.
Yeah. None of that bourbon smell in this one.
Yeah, this one isn't as bold. Kind of want to read the back thing. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really say anything much about what fruits are in here besides grapes, but I guess we'll see. Definitely smells way different than this.
Yeah. So, I mean, good legs though.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely good legs. I was dancing on the glass. What it is. Right.
I mean, so look, you're right. These are some, yeah. We got some busted challenge wines.
Yeah, that's there.
Busted
it is.
challenge.
You know
The knees
what
are
I'm saying?
strong. They busted.
Yeah.
Busted. Yeah. Now these
make the stallion wines.
These are this stallion.
Make the stallion wines.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Definitely way lighter than this one.
Super light. Super light.
I'm glad we tried it. If we would have switched it,
That might have been bad.
yeah.
That might have been bad.
Yeah, we would have. By the time we would have got to this one from here, we would have been like, oh, heck no.
It would have been light, really heavy.
Exactly.
But a hint heavy though.
This is
This ain't bad.
light
I
What is this?
wasn't expecting that.
at all.
I wasn't expecting.
It's a red blend.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't expecting it though.
It's 2018 red blend from Portugal.
Shout out to Portugal. Man.
Shout out to Portugal. I wish I could travel there.
We got to go to Chile, man.
Yeah. Okay. We got to talk about this. When are we? We got to do a trip. And when I say we got to do a trip. Like all of us, like got to do a trip.
Squads.
The squads, right?
Yeah.
Of course, there's certain we have a certain
I know what you mean.
year threshold. I didn't want to say it on the podcast, right? That messed up.
I just know what you mean.
Ah.
Just move on. Just move on.
So long, we petty. But this is good.
No, it is really good. I like this.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised at how much I like this actually.
yeah. I wasn't expecting it to be as light as it was. Like when you poured it in a cup, like when you look at the legs and
The
things, like
color and just the way it smelled, I was thinking like it's closer to
nutty.
like to a cab.
yeah, it's yeah. That's a good call.
Closer to a cab.
Good call. Because like this is, it's definitely a lot lighter tasting than
Yeah.
the red blend we had before. And again, these are both red blends.
Yeah.
It could be how it's made in the barrel, how long it's in.
Probably.
Because these taste absolutely different. Like it's not even close.
Yeah. Two separate flavors.
Because remember we said when this started out, as bland, and then it hits you.
Yeah. This one
one
starts off
like
Oh,
it hits you, and then it's in bland.
It's like
it's
this.
a downhill.
It's like a slide.
Exactly.
like a slide.
It's totally different. It's good. Now this one, we were just discussing how if we if we really would drink this one all night, we probably wouldn't go straight for beer.
I could probably do that.
I could drink this all night.
I could probably do
I could
that.
drink this all night.
I would probably regret it the next day, but I could almost positively do this again.
I could definitely drink that all night.
Because of how light it is.
Yeah. And I was not expecting that for a red one when I read the bottle.
I also like I just like the you can call it the cover of the wine. I like the
Oh, this right here?
I like that.
Yeah, no, it's dope. Yeah. Like that pulls you in.
Yeah, I like that. Like if I'm like in the store, like I'm like, oh, I will grab that.
I can just try it.
Just to see it, yeah.
See, like when I grabbed the Riesling, and I looked at the picture, I was just like, this looks like Perrier water. Like it just like it's like it looks way too European. I'm like, am I gonna like this? But let me just go ahead and grab it.
Yeah.
And it's good. But like you said, I do look at the picture. Like this is more of my vibe when it comes to pictures and marketing. I'm very more simple, dark colors type thing. But I can see what you're saying about this one here.
All right, so I think I'm gonna try to introduce a segment.
Okay.
As we go along, so
I like
trying to pick up things. So it's just give you like a quick flash questions, I guess.
Okay, I like that. I like being called a card.
And we'll just go back and forth, or I'll just come to you. We'll just see how it goes.
Okay.
Got to start off with this one.
Uh-oh.
Who are the 5 best rappers of all time?
5 best rappers of all time?
All time.
Oh, good question. Hov is number 1. He's the GOAT. You always be the GOAT. The hat like that. He's the GOAT. So here's one being picky. There's rappers and there's artists.
Sure.
I think artists and rappers are 2 different things.
Drake is an artist.
Drake is an artist. So that is why when I read this list, Drake probably would be my top 5 as a rapper.
Fair.
He has some bars. I'll give him that.
Really
but
bars.
top 5 rappers.
Rappers.
Hov is an artist and a rapper. That's why he's the GOAT. Take notes, people. Hov. I love Rakim. Bias, Biggie, right?
I don't think that's bias.
Okay.
I mean, that's 3 New York people. So.
It's 3 New York people.
Just so we're clear.
My boy, I wish my boy Bray was here, because me and Bray had this argument all the time. Anyway, he has this Atlanta argument that it bothers me. But anyway.
That Atlanta's the best in the rapping?
They've
been dominating for years.
They have been dominating music for years, right? They're not the best rappers. He said they have the best rappers. And I'm like, you can't say that when your top 5 is from New York. Like, when the top 5 on your list could be, like, lyrically, you know that. And that was the argument, was, who are your top 5? And he read his top 5. I said, do you understand your whole top 5? Who are from New York?
That is kind of weird.
So what are you arguing with me about?
That is kind of weird.
Artist-wise, Atlanta's been carrying hip-hop for a while.
They've been killing it.
They've been killing it. But let me get back to you.
So Hov, Kim.
Hov, Kim, Rakim.
I don't want to confuse. Shout out to Lil Kim, though, obviously.
Yeah, shout out to Lil Kim, you know what I'm saying.
Hov, Rakim, Biggie.
Hov, Rakim, Biggie. I can't keep going to New York, so Hov, Rakim, Biggie.
I mean, you could.
I love 3 Stacks, Andre 3000.
Sure, okay.
And of all time, see, that all time thing always gets me. Hov, Rakim, Biggie, Andre 3 Stacks. Oh man, this is hard, man. This is one of those.
Doing this is always a hard thing to do.
It's always hard because I could always lean towards someone else, and there's arguments for everyone.
Well, not everyone.
Not everyone.
I mean, but there is arguments for people who deserve to be in that category.
Yeah. And I'm not doing my favorites either. I'm doing it because
you're doing the best.
I'm doing the best because Andre 3000 is not one of my favorites.
Right.
But he's one of the best.
One of the best. Yeah.
Wordplay wise, man, it's tough, man. Can I just stop at 4? Nah, I got it. Let me answer the question. Because I don't really have a 5th one when it comes to rappers. How about who are your 5?
That's kind of a cop out, but okay.
Because I know one of your 5, and I can't. And no, that's your favorite. You still may put him in your top 5.
He is.
He's your top 5.
I know who you're saying, but he is.
Yeah, there's one for me, but like,
just it's fine. Just put it there.
Oh, this is tough. Okay.
No one's gonna judge you.
I'm gonna go Nas. Okay. I'm gonna go Nas, right? Nas may be a cop out, but by the way, you understand? I said I picked 4 New Yorkers and one
Atlanta guy.
Yeah. But and that's not just because of my bias. Maybe because when I hear lyrics and wordplay. That's why like I respect Lupe. Granted, I really got connected to Lupe starting with you, like when you start telling me.
Sure.
I started listening to his stuff because I love wordplay, lyrics, and I love like metaphors and punchlines. That's why I'm more of an older style rap liker.
Yeah.
Old school OG. But Nas is another person that like when they rap, like you can hear what they're saying, and his punchlines is not just saying a whole bunch of words on a track, right?
Right.
There's always a wordplay, there's always a beat, there's always a cadence that I enjoy. So that's my five.
Okay.
Hov, Biggie, Rakim, Nas, Andre 3 Stacks. Best rappers. Not my favorite, but best rappers.
Nice. Okay. I think that I like that list. That's not a bad list. You can't go wrong with that list. Like if somebody's like, all right, I'm taking this 5 in the battle, like you'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hov, man, that's my guy.
Yeah, I know. Hov is your guy.
Yeah, one of my boys, Bray. I'm coming for you.
Again?
No.
Again?
The challenge between he's a Hov fan too, but he's also, and we both love J. Cole. Like love J. Cole, but he loves J. Cole.
No. You love J. Cole. He
loves
J.
Cole,
yeah,
right?
That's different.
When that challenge came up, that was it was fun for me because no one knows that I'm a huge Hovenger. Like no one knew that. They knew I loved Hov, but they didn't really like know.
They didn't realize.
Right? Because my team always they like to paint this picture of a female Nicki Minaj. They paint this picture of me like, oh my God, you're Nicki Minaj, you're Bart. That type stupid stuff.
Sure.
That's just my team is dumb when it comes to that. But they don't realize like when it comes to like Hov is that person for me where I can literally get in my car, go to Jay-Z on my phone, just hit shuffle and
just let it rock.
Rock out.
Let it rock.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So when he did that challenge, I felt disrespected.
It was
a little disrespectful.
when I heard the challenge, I was like, huh?
Even when we started on Instagram, after the first 3 or 4 songs, before we started getting cut off, I see that he has a lot of Hov, like his friends already, like, are J. Cole fans, sorry.
Right, yeah.
And they're younger. And that was bothering me. The more I'm starting to see like, oh, we're on this, oh my God, he's doing this. Like they're giving it to Cole for the sake of, almost like when you're a big man and a smaller guy guards you and they foul you and like, they don't call it foul, it's because you're bigger, right? It's like, oh, you gotta fight, you gotta play through it. So they was giving that to Hov, like, oh, we know Hov is great, so we can't just give it to Hov. But no, if he's better, he's better.
Come on, man. Listen, I was there for that challenge, and it was a landslide. And shout out to whoever came up helped you with that playlist. Just whoever helped you with that.
So I
behind the scenes.
want to give an actual shout out now while we're doing this. The guy that helped me with that playlist is right next to me, Stick, because Stick helped me realize I was getting into the I'm not gonna do that many features. I'm not gonna do that many hits. I'm gonna do like what I know about Hov, right? And Joe Hassell was on my side with that because he's like, oh, you gotta do that, like you know, get people on.
Yeah.
It turned into a competition the day before.
Yeah.
We were actually doing it because my boy Bray hit me up, and I was like, so how many features are we doing? Are we going to do a lot of features? Mm-hmm. He's like, he said that's most of Cole's catalog. I mean, Cole has some individual stuff, but you know, we got to do it. And I was like, all right, cool. And how he was talking gave off the effect of like he was extremely confident. And my thing is, I love people being confident in whatever competition I have to do, whether it's like basketball, tennis, like any type of battle that I do. I love confidence because then I also low key enjoy like tearing it down a little bit. So when we were doing that, and I called Stick. I was like, "Look, this is my list." And Stick was like, "Wait, hold on. Like, you got to realize like a lot of the stuff you're picking. This is Bray's people, right? A lot of Bray's people's going to be on here. Like, a lot of my people don't really vibe. Like, they're not going to really come on Zoom and log on and like listen to that. But they know who Hov is. But everyone knows who Hov is.
My theory is that you had to do hits because you were going against a younger generation.
Exactly.
They're going to gravitate to Cole if you do that. But if you throw out hits that they know, that they've heard, and throw out some surprises that they forgot about, they can't deny it, right?
That's what happened around round 7 or 8 was when I was seeing the Instagram comments. I was seeing like, oh, there's a lot of Cole. Like, there's no way Cole's winning. I played like 4 or 5 of Jay-Z's bangers, right? Like, okay.
But we set it up to where I was like, all you need to do is get 6 in the first round, and then our offensive round.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't even got to worry about this.
I just want to say the first round's 10. I want to say I think I personally went up 7-3, maybe 8-2.
I would say.
Especially probably 7-3.
I probably think it was like 7-3. There was probably one of those that could have been like either or.
Yeah. So I want to say I went up 7-3, and then when I started seeing the comments, I was like, oh, let me do a audible here. And there's an audible that Stick gave me. Stick was like, go with the hits. Like start going. You know what I'm saying? I'm winning, but it's like it's still on the line of them saying, I can give it to this person here, and I don't like that. I don't like it for anything to be up to chance.
I always like to believe to just shoot them while they're down.
Exactly. So I played Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
And
it shocked the group. And they like, and I was watching. They're like, "Oh, you talking about the big shows earlier?" Like, oh no, y'all don't understand.
No.
There's way more to this.
There's
so many things they still had. I was like, oh, y'all don't know who Hov
I played Otis. Exactly. I played Church. I played all that, and they got upset when I played this one. I did on purpose, "Crazy in Love," because it's not his song, but when the beat drop, you're like, oh, that's like, why would you play that? But again, y'all, that was also an audible because that was a question mark on my list.
They could have played Party.
But I had Crazy in Love prepared for Party.
That's what I'm saying. But we talked about that. We was talking about he has a Beyonce record. So you got like once you realize that he has a Beyonce record, then you also have a Beyonce record.
Exactly.
You have multiple Beyonce records. Because you could have done Upgrade You. You could have done so many different things.
I personally like Ape Shit, but I didn't play that till we got to the end.
Like it was over.
Yeah. We was like, let's just play some like Lucy's. And I was expecting him to play Party. The J. Cole version, which by the way, Andre 3 Stacks has a better version, but
way better version.
He played when I was expecting him to play it, so that's why Crazy in Love was a question mark. I wasn't gonna play that at all.
Right, you were gonna wait to see if he did it.
Exactly. And
okay, what was your favorite moment from any season RMC basketball?
My favorite moment?
Yeah.
Any season RMC basketball favorite moment was honestly, I think my favorite moment was two, and these are small moments, right? I'm not gonna say chili. That's the easy answer.
Very easy.
One of my favorite moments is when we walked into the ODAC dinner, our senior year, and we were undefeated. Yep. So when you go into the ODAC dinner, we were late, right? We were late, and we were the undefeated team. So, me personally, this is where pettiness was growing in me.
Yeah.
So walking in last. And the announcer seeing us saying, "Hey, Randolph-Macon's here," and seeing all those faces of the people I beat or we beat. Okay, cut that.
I'm not cutting it.
No, I don't say I beat.
No.
They don't think I'm no. We beat Randolph-Macon. The people that we beat. Walking in.
You gotta Stick your chest out.
Let me rewind. Let me put a point here. Starting now.
No, I'm gonna keep it.
So no, you can do that.
All that cutting is gonna be ridiculous.
Okay. Anyway,
I know what you mean.
Walking in and seeing the people we beat, like I personally, and that's why the words got flipped. We got flipped because I felt a sense of like, we're doing this again. The people we know we had to meet them again in the tournament, so we had to play these people 3 times. But it was that little moment of walking in and having everyone look at us with disgust in a way.
Yeah, they were sick.
They were sick, right? They were really sick when you do the PowerPoint dinners, and we were the last one on the PowerPoint, and it was just like,
they had to run through everything.
Yeah, it was like they were undefeated, undefeated.
They had to run through everything.
They was running through clips and stuff, and you could just feel the tension and the heat in that damn room. And then the second part of that moment was then winning the championship, because then we were like we were the first or second team. I think Sydney did it before. But we were the first team to go undefeated and win a championship, and that was a good moment for me because it was like, for one, it was a tough game against Wild West. But it was just like getting over that hill. Those are my 2 like favorite moments of all 4 of my years. Of course, there was like other moments of like locker room stuff, dorm room stuff, stuff that we really can't talk about.
That's stuff that we talk with the guys about.
Yeah. So that was great stuff. But I'm just gonna give you a basic answer. That was my favorite.
I think too, just that season, y'all were really good. Like really.
We also choked the season before, so that us.
I mean, that stuff happens, so bro.
Our first 2 years we won 20 games, and then we got. The first year, I didn't play much, but the first year we lost. We lost on a tip in.
Oh, okay.
In the first round of the ODACs, and then the following year we went undefeated at home in ODAC play, and got smacked by the West. mean, we underachieved the first couple of years too, but obviously we got the Final Four run. But
And that's what made our senior year so special, because the junior year we were like top 10 going into both tournaments, ODAC tournament, and we were number 1 in ODAC. But we choked both games. We choked in the tournament, and we choked in the NCAA tournament as well. And it was like, it was a reality when we were hosting, and then not playing in the game.
that second game is bad.
It's bad, because there are people playing in your gym, and you're in your dorm
And you
room.
just have to watch. Or if you don't
I didn't go.
I think
Well,
you did,
I didn't go.
So like, you know there's a game going on.
Exactly.
You're not a part of the game.
Exactly. So that was
But at least y'all got that opportunity too.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity to host.
We were supposed to. I won't say we were supposed to. I feel like we were supposed to host our senior year, and when we did it, it was a confusion about who was supposed to host. The girl was supposed to host.
Okay, yeah.
And once that confusion happened, we both had to go different places, and it did not end well for us.
Yeah.
But what I liked about y'all season, man, was just that y'all took care of business. Like y'all came to every game like it was like the number 1 team in the country.
We played around. I'm not even gonna joke. We were so happy about you. Think about it. Sophomore year, we won ODAX.
Yep.
Went to the Sweet 16. Coming in junior year, we brought everybody back. We brought everyone back that played. So, with that being said, it's like we were really good beginning of the season, during the season, and we get to the tournaments, and we're still really good. And it's one of those things where we're like light footing around.
Yeah.
When we lost, and they were playing in our gym the next day, it was something. When we walked into our first practice our senior year, the look on everyone's faces, it wasn't the "what's up, man," like dapping up. We were there. We had a job.
It was a business.
It was business from the moment we went in there.
Yeah.
We lost to Frostburg State our senior year. Terrible loss. Never losing it.
Was that the first game?
That was, I think it was the second loss, because we lost to CNU, and then we lost to Frostburg State.
Okay. I just remember after that, it was a while.
After that, it was one of those things
it was a mountain.
we had 2 wake-up moments, right? That Frostburg State is one of my favorite stories too. I should have brought that up. Is when we lost to Frostburg State. My family, all of our families were there. It was a break. It was on break.
Yeah.
All our families are there. We go in the locker room. People are starting to undress in the shower. Nathan Davis walks in. The GOAT also walks in, and he's like, "Where are you guys going?" And we was like, "What?" He said, "Where are y'all going? Why are you guys changing?" He was like, "Well, the game's over." He was like, "If I'm not going to get 40 minutes out of y'all during the game, I'm going to get 40 minutes out of y'all today."
Oh my God.
So at this point, I'm connecting dots in my head. So I'm like, I was like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm like, oh, we about to."
Yeah.
So I took my basketball jersey off, put the practice jersey on, put the practice jersey on, and he was just like, "Yeah, go out there, say goodbye to your family members." Give them hugs, and my mom's like, we have to go to lunch and dinner, like, we have to go eat. I went out there, and my mom still saw me she saw me in my practice gear, so I changed.
Yeah.
So I had my practice gear on when I walked out. And she was just like, "Why are you still dressed?" I'm like, "Well, I gotta practice."
Yeah.
She said, "Practice what?" I said, "Basketball." And then she was just like, I was like, "Yeah, because we lost." She was like, "Well, y'all did play terrible, so, I mean, get to work." Like, and she hugged me and left. I was like, "Mom, like, what the heck? Like, that's crazy. You just leave me like this." So we had practice after Frostburg State, and it was one of the hardest practices we've had out of my career. Yeah. But it was one of those things that I didn't care that it was hard. Even during it, I was like, "Yo, this sucks," but like, we literally laid an egg in our gym. And we are clearly the best team in this country right now, and we are laying an egg. Yeah. So when we lost, that is when we set the record for longest win streak, right? After that game, and but
and really, y'all were given like the worst like cards, because like
we were given
you had beaten these dudes 3 times during the whole year. You know how hard it is to beat that team 3 times. So just think about how much harder
that
Elite Eight
game was heartbreaking.
A 4th time.
It was heartbreaking.
It sucks.
It was heartbreaking. It was just we knew we could beat them, right? Val West is a team that goes to Elite Eight or Final Four every year. They're that good.
Always.
Every year they're that good. I mean, I don't know about now, but they're definitely that good.
I mean, they're well coached. I know that for a fact.
Very well coached. So when we beat them, honestly, when we had them meet them in a championship, we kind of expected that to happen.
Yeah.
When we went to overtime in the ODAC championship, we were like, we were going to win this game. Like, we knew we were going to win this game.
Yeah.
But we knew that it was going to be a dog fight.
Right.
But the first 2 possessions, Marcus came in, had a bucket. Joe came in, bucket. And then I got subbed in weirdly. I had a bucket, and it was like we were on this level of fire that was going on. Like Ham is, we can't shoot in that gym, but Ham is hitting.
Right.
So, and this is in the overtime. So now at this point, like we're gonna win.
Gym is tough. I don't like gyms that are open.
It's so
like
hard
that
to
open
shoot
back. It's tough to me.
We never shot well in that gym.
I need that back.
We never shot well in that gym, but the bigs, we loved it, which is weird.
It will work always typically depending on how you play close to the basket, so it's a little bit easier.
It's a little easier. But shooting in that gym,
I shoot a lot, so it's a little bit different for
both of us. So I didn't get a lot of shots up on the ODAC championship game, and again, my ankle was still this big because I had a really, really bad injury 4 games before that I shouldn't even been playing, but that's either here or there. Train the crease, whatever. Your fault. But I really couldn't shoot well in that gym either. But that over time, again, it's like when you look at your team, that it's a different type of feeling when everyone's like on the same page.
Right.
Like we're not losing this game. We actually had that feeling in the Elite Eight.
Sure.
It's one of those things where you're playing a team for the 4th time. The fact that we beat this national ranked team 3 times was a feat for us, and I think we still could have beat them. We still should have beat them the 4th time, right?
Yeah,
we should have won that game. Some tippy tap call towards the end. We didn't really play the best, and the score was like 44-42. Like that's the lowest we scored in I don't know how long. So you're playing a team that we know each other, and I give all respect about it.
It's almost like y'all live together, essentially.
It literally.
You could have made the credits that y'all were practicing each other every day. The way that y'all played.
Exactly. And it was nothing but respect. It was nothing but respect that whole game. That's one of the teams that I don't talk smack, but that's one of the teams that when we did play them in the Elite Eight, it was nothing but respect from the tip. When we like walked in, backed each other up, it was one of those things that we respected each other. And I don't really respect any team like that, but we respected each other to the point where like, all right, we're both here. Yeah. Granted, we don't know how the hell we were on the same side of the bracket. That's another discussion.
That's always weird how they make the bracket.
Oh, that was a mistake on our. That was a mistake.
That was just a mistake.
That was me. That we ended up on the same side of the bracket. But not giving excuses. We should have beat them 4 times.
Right, yeah.
And we lost. It was one of those things that it was heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking for that to be the end of our careers because we had a goal. And our goal was ring or bust. It wasn't, not even ring or bust. Our goal was national championship or bust because we were so confident in our team. I mean, our second 5 could start. And then that second 5 can also go undefeated in the ODAC. So it was like we had that good of a team. It's just we came up short. We came up last second shot short.
Ball bounces. You know
ball bounces. I mean, and the thing is that the shot that was missed, like I still commend Ham because
baseline left side.
He's one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my life.
Baseline left side.
Literally one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my life.
If you're asking me who I want to shoot the ball, I'm like, yeah.
He makes that 9 out of the 10 times. Yeah. He happened to miss this one, and it was like. It wasn't even the fact that Ham missed. In our minds, we had so many different plays
opportunities
that we should
be in that position in the first place.
Exactly. But again, you're playing against a team that if we call a play, they know exactly the play.
And it's crazy.
Both sides. We knew every play they do too. Like every play they did too.
It's crazy because like our careers ended differently. Mm-hmm. Like if your career ended on like the last 2 points. 2 points. My career ended on like a blowout. Mm-hmm. So like we came out and we're just. It was weird because like I felt weird that morning because I got like a weird message from somebody and it was like you just gonna miss the days when you like hang out with your guys and
yeah.
It was weird.
Weird question.
Like I don't know why that person texted.
It's a weird text.
But I was like, yeah, something just don't feel right
back
about
there.
Yeah, go ahead. You know which class it was? It was the one in the middle. But it was just weird. I was like, and I was going through the motions and I just remember I was like, yeah, something just don't feel right today. But we did the tip off, and St. Mary's was a good team. St. Mary's wanted to play us the year before from the Final Four. Mm-hmm. Like they wanted us. Mm-hmm. Like their crowd was really about it and whatever. And they just hit us in the mouth early, man. And like we just never responded. So it was like. But I've always wondered, like, is it better to get blown out to end a career, or is it better to lose and make?
I don't know.
I think it's the timing.
I think the timing of
also y'all's was for sure. Lost.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I think more so the timing. Like we lost in the second round of the tournament, which we really should have went to the national championship. But that's whatever. But to be like at the door of the Final Four, I don't know if I would want that either.
We were
You know what I'm saying?
It was like a crushing moment for us. I honestly, I don't cry much, but I cried. I cried so hard because it was just, you start to go through plays in your head. There was a time, there was like a good month after we lost, I was still going through plays in my head, like,
what if I did this?
What if we did this? Like, Akeem, play harder. Like, and Coach J used to always tell me that I could be so good. Like, I need to play hard. Like, he always would say that. And at that moment, it was like, damn it, like, why were you so late in knowing to play hard, you know? And it's like, we have so many talented players on the court. And so it was one of those things that, like, yeah, like you said, like, a loss is a loss, but to be so close, I know personally it affected me all the way up until graduation, because it was just, I know we could have done it. I know that beating, I personally, and I don't want to say what if, right? Beating by West that fourth time would have been it for me. I know we would have went to the Final Four, and I would be like, I'm going to have a national championship. Right. Because that team that we had to play that fourth time, it's amazing. Like, this is a great team. Right.
It wasn't a mistake that they were there.
It wasn't a mistake. You know, it's never a mistake that they're there. So it was like, if we beat this team for the fourth time, okay, like whoever's playing us next,
something bigger is set.
Whoever's playing us next, just know, like, and we still had a mission, and the mission didn't work out the way we wanted to. But I do want to say, aside from all of that, like, I am grateful even for that loss, because while it sucked, it was one of those things that the moment that we had after we went home, showered, I'm still crying in my room. We get a text message, and I don't know if I should talk about this, but we get a text message, and we were able to hang out with someone that was really important to us during the process, and hear their opinions on our, like, just for the year. And we reminisced. It wasn't about, like, what you did wrong. Like, we joked, and we always joke with this person, and this person played an intricate role in our success. Let's just say that.
For sure.
And we hung out with them for the first time, and just let go of everything from the season. Just looked at that person as a human, and just to hear, like, the tips of, like, why we were forced to dislike them, because it just made us that better, made us that much closer. Right. So it was good to hear those stories. So I'm grateful for it. But again, like, of course I want to national championship.
Yeah, you want to win. You want to win.
Like,
I feel like if you don't have a story of, like, a what if, like, oh man, if we had did this, then your career. I'm not saying your career was not worth it, but I feel like it didn't reach the heights that you probably wanted to.
No.
I had like 2
we were
or
a
3
national
of those.
championship team.
Yep. Exactly.
And there's nothing else I could say. Like, there's no, like, oh, we could have gone to the Final Four. No. We were
good enough to win the whole
bottom.
thing.
We were a national championship team.
We were good enough to
10, 11, 12 deep.
I would have loved to see. I would have loved to do it myself, and I would love to see y'all do it.
Absolutely.
I feel like y'all had the opportunity. I would have loved to see the team last year do it.
Yeah, exactly. And the same thing and I want to say that too. Give them a shout out on here. The team last year and this year, like, it sucks. This whole COVID thing happened.
Yeah.
Because that was a team too.
That was a team that was going.
There's a few times you see teams come through here and you're like, that's it. Like, they're it, right? And with all the stupid comparisons that alumni do between classes, because it drives division, which I hate. And I hate that sometimes, you have staff that plays into it, whether coaching staff or regular staff that plays into these comparisons. I hate when that happens, because it's like, no, we all have our own legacies, and the only thing that we're building is legacies at Randolph-Macon men's basketball. Not Randolph-Macon men's basketball class of 2014, 2015, or class of 2211.
It all goes into the record.
It all goes into the record books for Randolph-Macon men's basketball. And no matter how we felt about the actual school, that program was what built a lot of us and built these friendships. So I hate that it started to become a comparison thing, and I'm glad my person, and this is speaking for myself, or not myself, for my class, right? My class and our teams, we blocked that shit out. Like, we blocked it out, right? We were really good at not taking in and hearing the comparisons from y'all's class. I tell the story all the time. After my freshman year, I called you and Danny, and I'm like, I need to work out. I need to get in the gym. I need to work my feet work. I need to do this. And, like, I was just like, I know you guys are my best source. It was humbling. It was humbling to see how good you guys were coming in and busting our ass. Like, y'all were good. And it was just so weird how that started to change
It wasn't more so.
And this is
more
me
so
being honest,
about.
I'm
It
not
wasn't
gonna
more
lie.
so about trying to help. It was. I know what they were doing. They were trying to motivate, but it got to the point where it was like aggravating for some people.
It was aggravating because
Like it's like we get it, they were good, but like let's focus on what we're doing. And
Exactly.
I understood that, and that's why I've always tried to. My goal now is just to listen, ignore what we did. It happened,
Yes.
but let's see what y'all can do.
not only that, it's like and I say this all the time. I even said it to a former coach, who's actually my best friend now. I say it like we did what we did and we left. Not only that, we have moved on. We have careers. We have families, but we still love that program. We love men's basketball.
Yep.
So it was weird how from you guys' transition to ours, like it was a little bit of the rustling when we first got there, like 8 freshmen coming in. It was a little bit of that rustling, like
Because it was similar. 'Cause
Natural.
we had a big group. Y'all
Yeah,
had a big
exactly.
Group, so
Yeah.
it was that natural comparison was gonna happen.
Exactly. By sophomore year, that changed like this,
Yeah.
right? And I was glad it did because then it allowed us to focus on just what the hell we were doing,
Yeah.
right? It just sucks that trajectory. There was a process a lot slower now, but now like I love those guys. Currently, in the past, like I love those guys. I actually live with one of the alum, but like it's one of those things that it was so weird that change from years of great classes and how it was treated. Because comparisons is natural, it's normal. People are going to compare. It's fine.
We do it for fun.
It's about not
I don't
feeding
want it
into
to be a thing where it's like
it's about not getting into it. But it's frustrating for us because
Like,
we're in the middle of, and not just to call out what we're going through, but like think about we are like that's like in the middle of 2 great classes, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we're getting compared to the one now or whatever, and we're also getting compared to ones behind us. So it's just like, and again, when I say that we do not care, when I say that we are literally out here worried about like different things in our lives, so like even me bringing this up is like no point of talking about it, but it's just a discussion, and I think that we're getting to a point now where that's not a thing anymore. Like these guys, I love these current guys. I love.
They're building their own legacy, man.
Exactly, love the staff. Like I'm close friends with the new assistant coach, and both assistants.
I got me.
You met D-Mac.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I got me the new one.
Yeah, he's absolutely awesome. I literally hang out with him like every other weekend. So this is one of those things that Randolph-Macon, that's what we're known for. We're known for being close. We're known for like building those relationships, no matter if you leave or stay. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I do give all the luck and best wishes to these guys because they should have done it last year. COVID didn't happen, and they definitely should do it this year. If not this year, they're definitely going to do it next year. These guys are talented.
Go get the shit, man. For real.
Oh, they're so
that
talented.
way I can act a fool.
Oh my God! What?
I'm gonna act a fool. I want them to know that.
They better get that. They better get that natty because they're so good.
Yeah, I'm buying all types of stupid merch. I'm making merch.
Making merch. I'm gonna give me a.
Get it? Making merch.
Making merch.
Hey, don't even ask me.
Hey, I'm giving me a Miles Mallory shirt, bro. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I will. Double M.
Double M.
Double MG. Cause that's what it is.
Making merch.
Come on,
Miles
man.
Mallory. I can see that.
Man. Come on, man. But yeah, so what we like to do at the end of Clueless Vino, man, is we go through each one, rank them, and we find out which one was our favorite of the day. So, just a quick recap, it was the 2018 Herrenberg Kabinett, which had an alcohol content of only 8. I'm actually surprised by that.
That's probably why we could drink it so well.
Yep. So, out of 5 glasses, what would you give the Kabinett?
Out of what, City?
5 glasses. Half glasses count. Quarter glasses count if you want to.
5 being the best.
Yep.
This is it was a 5, but now it's a 4.
Okay.
Because of the alcohol content.
Okay.
I like more alcohol.
Okay.
More for the effects. Alcohol. I'm not. But actually, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I'm not gonna take a whole point away.
Okay, 4.5.
So 4.5 for me. It's really good. I will buy this again probably tonight.
You know what? 4.5 is a solid score, and I think I'm gonna also go 4.5 because I definitely like this. This is one of those ones where I will drink the entire bottle that night.
Yeah,
that is a fact. I would never drink this entire night. So
it starts off with champagne and then it gets to this
that's
honey
what
note.
I'm saying.
It's so good.
It's really good. I do enjoy that. So then we move on to our Sonoma Vineyard, the red wine blend.
Yep.
What would you give that out of 5, sir?
Okay, so I'm giving that 3.
Okay.
Taste is great. Like if I just give it a taste, I would say like maybe a 4. But I'm gonna give it a 3 because this is not something that I could drink throughout the night like I would want to, depending on the night. But it's definitely a good wine to have in your home. It's a good wine to have. Just as one of those nights, just you want to have one. If you want to just have one glass, this would be perfect. This is a good one glass. I had a stressful day. That's all I want, just to relax. This is a great glass. So I'll give it a 3, 3.5.
14.5 alcohol content, sir.
Is what?
14.5.
So I gave it a 3 at first. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I'm giving it a half point for the alcohol.
Look at how you add points.
You have to get alcohol for alcohol.
You know what though? I'm gonna give this one a 3.25.
3.25?
Because I was pleasantly surprised at how much I like this. I'm like you, if for a one glass thing, it probably would get bumped up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Especially if I would like to try this with like a steak, just to see how much it insinuates
This is
the
a
flavor.
great dinner
I
wine
think
with
so.
steak and
I think
potatoes.
so. That's what I'm saying.
That is such a good
I
call.
think
I didn't even think about that.
I think if you do that with the steak and potato dinner, that might jump up to like a 4 or something.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about I should have thought. Duh, Akeem, it's wine. You should have thought about the dinner. Like, yes.
It's probably a good pair with a good steak.
Oh, it'd be perfect with a good steak.
With a steak, that's probably a 4.
A well cooked steak,
Honestly.
I'm going to give it a 4.
I think that.
Alcohol content with a good steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No, you're right.
would probably have that.
You're right. I'm with you on that one.
And then
That's a good call.
And then our final one was the Louis Vieira.
Yeah. Another red blend.
Another red blend. Alcohol content 13.5.
Okay.
For me, I gave it a 3.5
Okay.
out of 5.
So you rate this one higher than this one?
Oh, I had this one higher.
Higher. Oh, you 3.25, 3.5. Yep.
I think this one. I think if like put it this way, if we both had steaks, I would pick this one.
Okay.
But just by itself, I would pick this one.
Gotcha.
And I think the lightness of it really it reminded me something of this, close to this.
Yeah.
More than this one.
Mhm.
Even though like this one had that hint early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would put that at 3.5.
Okay. No, I could. So I would probably give that one a 3.5 too. Well, I don't like ties, so because we're not having dinner, I'm going to give this one a 4.
Okay.
Because I gave that 3.5.
Sure.
But I'm gonna give the Luis Vieira of 2018 Portugal. I'm going to give this one a 4 because I could drink this one in one like sitting in the night, and the taste is light. It's light on my tongue.
Really surprised by that.
Yeah, which I was not expecting that.
I was not expecting it to be that light, honestly.
Yeah. So I can give this one a 4. If I had dinner, if I had dinner in front of me and I had to choose between one of the two, I'm choosing the Sonoma.
Yeah.
Only because of how bold it is, and I know when you mentioned the steak, this would be so bomb with the steak.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
Especially that bourbon barrel thing.
It's
that would be
amazing.
crazy. I think that would be crazy.
Yeah. So by itself, what did I get at? A 4.5?
Yes.
4.5 for the Riesling, a 3.5 for the Sonoma, and then a 4 for the Luis Vieira Montaria Red Blend.
Yeah, man. So I think today's winner is clearly
Oh yeah,
the Riesling.
I wish it had more alcohol content.
For sure.
Now it's giving me real Moscato vibes.
But here's the thing. Whereas we would drink this, not drink the whole thing in this, we're drinking the whole thing in this. So we're getting the full effect.
We're drinking the whole
You know what
thing.
I'm saying? We're getting the full effect,
Yeah.
even though it's a lower alcohol content.
Mhm.
Whereas this one has the highest, but we're not drinking the whole bottle.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of excuse that.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you. I get you. So like that, yeah, you're right, because this is really good. The German Riesling,
Yeah.
it's definitely something I could drink all in one night, in one
Correct.
sitting, and rock out, and not even get too tipsy. You know, it'd be just a mellow tipsy.
Right.
But the taste is good.
That's the other thing too. It's a good tasting
Mhm.
wine, and I can take the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. And then what you call it? You know
And
what I'm
then
saying?
chill. I think the Sonoma is definitely a dinner wine. And
Definitely dinner
that's
wine, or
a
definitely
question
hey,
of-
listen, rough day, one glass,
and I'm done. Yeah, because it's not bad. None of the wines we tasted today were bad.
No,
at all.
No.
I think they were all good.
really good. Yep.
Yeah, it's just they just have different uses.
Right.
And that's kind of what we ranked them on. Like right now, we don't have dinner in front of us. I think we had dinner in front of us. Sit on with that.
I'm hungry.
Mukbang next video.
But yeah, man. Second episode of Clueless Vino. I'm happy. I want to thank Akeem for hopping on.
Yeah.
Like we talked about, this definitely won't be his last visit, man.
Yeah.
Me and Akeem we naturally just connect with like any conversation or whatever. But
yeah.
But he'll definitely be on for for later episodes. But if you want to go ahead and give him your
my closing.
Yeah.
So
closings, any of your social media, if you want to do that, you do it.
Yeah. Well, I have to because I change my handles all the time. For the
Do you really?
Government. First want to say thank you for having me.
For sure.
I think like you said, we vibe out and we can literally go on for hours.
Oh, for sure.
Which, hopefully this turns into something like even more because like I love being here just discussing and a lot of these topics weren't aside from the one we picked.
Right.
A lot of these topics we just flow of conversation.
Right.
So when you have that and it's natural, that makes it great. It makes it comfortable. I've been in the journalism world, and I see like how things can be forced and written down. But this is great. Like this is absolutely awesome. So I would love to come back
For sure.
because I love wine.
Yeah.
I love vibing out with my boy Stick.
Yeah.
Again, definitely like a big brother to me. We trained me. Everything has been around again since I've been a sophomore. So how many years is that? What, 7 years now? 8, 6, 7 years?
I don't want
Years. Let me give it time because because we don't want to give it time. But like I said, it's natural. It vibes out, and I'm so glad you're doing this because I've always wanted to do this with someone that I truly rock with, and I think it's perfect. But social media wise, I mean, you guys can follow me on my Instagram.
Sorry, do you have to check it?
I do.
Really?
Because I promise you, I feel like my handle for Instagram and Twitter are different. Those are the only two ones I really follow. You guys can try to find me on Facebook, but I leave Facebook for like the older people.
Don't use it.
I don't use Facebook.
You literally don't.
I like, but I don't ever post. Nope. I don't repost.
Nope.
I have just too many family members that follow me on Facebook, and almost had the conversation before. We don't agree about certain things,
Right.
and I don't want you getting disrespected or embarrassed on social media because I would drag the shit out of you about things that I value.
He does it because he loves you.
Yeah, no, I definitely love you.
Yeah, he does.
But don't come on my Facebook with that stupid your old man, old woman stuff about things about 2021 because you don't agree with that shit. Like,
what's up?
All the way fuck off. But my Instagram is _Holmes42. You can follow me there. You'll see me in a jean jacket or whatever. I do like to take photos, which is weird. A lot of people don't.
I thought you were a model.
Huh?
I thought you were a model. When you posted the pics, I was like, this boy a model.
I used to do a lot of that in New York, but I don't. How am I gonna do that in Richmond? I do like taking photos. In New York, I used to do it all the time.
For sure.
And make some money off of it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh shit! I don't do that one. You definitely want to pay me. No. You guys don't have to pay me. I'll take pictures for it if you guys need.
Right. Yeah.
But I was getting paid for it in New York, which I thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah.
But then my Twitter handle, which is why I had to look at it.
Right.
My Twitter handle is aholmes _42. So it's the complete opposite of my Instagram handle, which is _Holmes42. And 42 clearly is my basketball number. And eventually,
I mean, to be fair, both of them sound like A-hole. Just
Holmes, HOLM as in Mary.
I just said.
Pulse.
I'm just letting you know what it sounds like.
It's not a hole, okay? It's not a whole like
for sure. No. Hey, listen, they get it. Don't even worry about
it. Holmes 42. Eventually, I'm going to change that 42 because I've grown now. I don't even keep putting my basketball on my handles, but it will change eventually.
I keep doing it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. We'll see.
Keep it. Don't even worry
We'll
about
see.
it. Unless you're like,
we'll see. I did change both of my pictures from.
There you go.
I had Macon as my the picture as my background on Twitter.
The cover, yeah.
I changed it to a city skyline.
There you go. Growth, man. I mean,
growth.
You're leaving the past, the future. It's still part of you. But
it's still part of you because
just
a few guys I still talk to. I still train some of those guys.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, But yeah, man, this has been Clueless Vino, episode number 2. Remember,
episode number 2. Remember that, you guys.
We're going ahead to episode number 2, and remember, drink up.
Hey, I'm coming back, by the way.
He is.
Say it again. Say your closing again. But I just want to let you guys know that I will be back. I will be a regular here. Just give me y'all a heads up.
It's not my regular. Okay, relax.
I'm just gonna start crashing his shows. But keep going.
I hope not.
So do you?
Like, imagine you just like kicking in the door, like you.
Hey yo.
Straight New York stuff. But yeah, man. Hey, remember, drink up.
Hey, you guys. This is just fun.
This was good, man.
This is just fun. I can't wait till you edit it. Oh.
Edit what?
Huh?
Edit what?
Like edit this stuff.
Edit what?
Like the podcast minutes.
What would I edit?
Some of the stuff I said.
What'd you say?
What'd you say? I don't know if I said anything bad, but like I'm trying to think of what.